You are watching Leicester Till I Die TV.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
To play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are in the world and watching us live, hopefully live, or if you are watching us catch up. How has your day been? I hope you're having a fantastic day. This is LTID TV, the first of 2 channels. Yes, I'm going to quickly plug that now while you early birds are in the room. We've got a quiz on that channel. Go on, I'll give you 30 seconds to go and head up while I do that. Whilst I introduce the rest of this show, it is, of course, the prediction show. It is hotting up fast, and I hope you've been good boys and girls because Easter's hopping round the corner. I've been working with Chris too much, and I apologise for my awful puns there, punditries. We are LTID TV. This is the Predictions League show, and this is where you can find us on all our social medias. Yes, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter. Find us on our Facebook group. We're trying to get live on TikTok, so go and head over to our TikTok over LTID TV. Make sure it is LTID TV and not LTID TV Chris, because that is his personal one. He will just reject you, not because he doesn't like you, maybe, but because it's his private one for his family. So make sure you're heading over to the LTID TV TikTok so we can get on there and we can stream on there also. And also ask the podcast to lend it your ears and say, hey, smart speaker, or hey, whatever, Alexa, and say, play the LTID TV podcast, or you probably have to say the full name, Leicester Till I Die TV podcast, because these things are pedantic, but you will find us on all your favourite podcast platforms. So, without further ado, I would have a Leeds fan with me because of the day change. That's not possible. He is unfortunately catered to busy. But Karl, who has not been biased in his predictions at all as this promotion race heats up, maybe a hint as well is going to come on. I have been able to find a replacement. Now, some say he'd make a great politician. Others say he never answers a question first time I'm asking. All we know is he's called Dave. Dave, you've come to save the day. You've come to save me and these poor viewers from listening to me just waffle on my own. How are you, Dave?
I'm fine, thanks, mate. I'm like a bus replacement service, aren't I?
Yes, you are. Yeah, you're the bus replacement service for the trains that usually come in to service.
You have to excuse the throat, a little croaky throat even. It's going now, so I'm getting better.
Oh, you do love to rub it on, don't you, Dave?
Oh, I do.
God, I mean, Chris,
watching that intro makes me want to watch some videos.
It does, doesn't it? It does. I the one with Heskey as well is one I used to have on VHS.
I had that Admiral tracksuit.
Yeah, it's a brilliant scene. Big Wally, welcome. He says, evening fellas, a busy weekend lies ahead. A busy weekend and a busy week as well. We played twice in the space of a few days. It's almost like Christmas again. Evening to John, who's in the chat. He says hi to Dave. He says hi to me earlier. Well, Dave, you've come to save the day. You've got your predictions in. Just do me an absolute favour, your angel, because I've just realised that a certain somebody, maybe he's got the birthday buzz and the birthday break. That with his lovely family at the moment, Chris. I'm sure you're going to keep a keen eye watching this back. Make sure I'm doing my job properly. Hope you're having a wonderful birthday meal and a time out with family. I would bring up the table at this point, Dave, which would make you
No.
put your hands over your eyes as well as me too. But I have just realised that in his madness and rush, and it's probably my fault, I should have done it, hasn't uploaded the table. So while I'm doing that, Dave, tell me
Oh
why
dear.
you're going to start overtaking everybody and catching up in the table and rate our chances against Bristol City.
Well, I can't predict in this league. I mean, it's just impossible. But what I do know is we're going to win at Bristol City. The reason I think, and it's just a old, everything goes round and round. We always win at Bristol City when we need to. We've done it for quite a few years. We have when last time we had an Easter issue was years and years ago when we won 4 or 5 on the trot, scored about 15 goals, and then drew 0-0 at home to Blackpool, I think, in a game that shouldn't have been played because it was like a water polo game. But we are very good at run-ins, apart from if in the Premier. And I fancy we're gonna come back now with a big run. You know what, mate? You just picked up my message. Can't you? Anyway, good evening, everybody. My name's Dave. Brad's gone quiet on me, and because he's on mute. And
I'm only going quiet on you, Dave, while I sort out this horrendous mess. I can't believe I cannot find the table after I bigged it up because there has been some huge changes
I'm
on
not
the
really interested, to be honest. It's not about the table at the moment. It's about the table at the end of the season, and I'm going to make a massive comeback with these predictions this next few days.
Well, you heard it here first.
Actually,
He's
I
going to
did
make.
get. What did I get right? I got one right the other week, didn't I? The last one that was on the Monday or something, or the Sunday.
You, Dave, you
1-0 away. Was it last week, the week before?
no game week 38, Dave. I have you down for a miraculous 2 points.
Jesus. I thought I
You
was good
had
at
an
this.
awful one. You did not as bad as many, but
To be
still
fair, there were some
nonetheless.
shocking results, weren't there? You know, results you
Was
wouldn't
some
expect.
surprising results
Um,
all around. I
by
mean,
Nate.
it's the joys of the championship, isn't it? I mean, we have new leaders. Good evening, Nate. Hope you are well, mate. We have new leaders all round in the in the championship, don't we? All right, it's by goal difference. Leeds fans, howdy.
Has anybody come back at you about your rant about a month ago?
Not yet. Shh, Dave. Shush. Don't remind them. Don't remind them of
No,
me.
we've got to fuel them up a bit more. Come on,
Well, we
they've
do.
got to
We've
get
got to
all
give them something.
excited and start attacking us verbally, and then at the end of the season, it's just it's too late then, isn't it? So whatever happens will happen. I do
Yeah,
find it amusing. I really do.
I do
Um,
as well. And as you can see, I'm
yeah,
such an expert at adding myself and removing myself from streams.
I think I was probably like that when I was a child, which is
I
what they're
mean,
like.
Big Mally says here, I love the name Big Mally. It reminds me of O'Malley. I know it's not the same, but it's Big Mally. It sounds like O'Malley from the Aristocats movie. Under normal circumstances, you should have enough to beat Bristol, but these aren't normal circumstances. Well, if you want to go and catch up after this and watch the show that I did with Chris, where we reviewed the battle of the the title race, if you will. It isn't normal circumstances, and I reckon Leicester's next 2 games, which we will get to in this prediction league, because folks, it is a double header. We've got game week 39 and 40 to do. I said that Leicester's most difficult. Oh, excuse me, got burps and hiccups out at the same time. But difficult 2 fixtures.
Oh,
Their run, Dave. I don't know if you'd agree with me here. Feel free to argue with me. But our next 2 games, I feel like Leicester have to hit the ground running in this running. I know you said we've got really good at the run-ins,
yeah,
but this is one where I think we've got to beat Bristol. I don't care if it's ugly. I prefer a big win to put myself at ease. But beating Bristol on Friday night, it is the afternoon game. Friday at 12:30 sounds weird, doesn't it? Bank holidays, and then obviously we have Norwich as well, 12:30 at the King Power. 2 pivotal games, Dave. That I feel if we don't get right, we could be in a bit of bother
yeah,
doing our running, trying to keep in the automatic promotion zones.
yeah. If we win the next 2 games, we're going up, definite,
Yeah.
automatically. Leeds will then feel a bit of pressure. They've got some tough games coming up. I mean, I know, they've got to go to
do.
Coventry, I think, which, as we found out, isn't easy.
No.
They should win their next 2 games. Although Hull, you never know. I think that's
Well, you never
their
know.
next home game is Hull City, isn't it?
Hull are chasing the promotion zone. I don't know if it's a point or goal difference. It's very
Yeah.
close. It's literally
Yeah.
one point or a goal or two behind Norwich. And both Hull and Norwich will be at home before Hull play Leeds on the Monday night. So it's all to play for, and it's great to see. You know how I said, Dave, earlier in this show that things had changed at the top of the Championship? Well, things have changed drastically in the league table. Are you ready? Because I know me and you aren't in any race for a title, but imaginary drum roll. Because Doug's a closet Leicester fan, Dave. Do you want to know how I know this?
I thought Doug had won it, but
Well, not only did he get every single answer pretty much spot on the LTID TV quiz show channel. Yeah, go and check that out. Go on. It's the links down below. Go and subscribe to our sister channel, LTID TV Do, for all things Leicester City quizzes and women's WSL watch alongs. If you like the women's football as an added bonus, go on. I'll give you a couple of seconds. I'll wait for you because Dave, subscribe. Things have changed in the league, and somebody who has been first since game week 8, the same time Leicester went top of the Championship, has been toppled. We have ourselves a new leader. We do. Guys, you've just come back from subscribing, you absolute legends. I know you've all headed over to that secondary channel, LTIDDV2. You've just come back to the breaking news. We have a new leader at the top. Doug, you have been toppled, my friend, by 3 whole points. Yes, Shane O'Donnell, congratulations. You are the Leeds United of the league table. I feel horrible saying that, and I'm sorry, Shane. I shouldn't have said that about you. That's just disrespectful. You are the new leader of the group coming into the run-in. You have the lead, but can you hold it there? I mean, that is impressive, isn't it? First of all, credit to Doug and Shane. Both have broke the 300 barrier, Dave. But imagine being a Liverpool fan and being good at predicting the Championship, only to start to bottle it in April, eh? What does that say about him?
Bizarre, isn't it? I mean, I must have a few games in hand.
Unfortunately, Dave, this isn't like the Championship. You do not have in hand. We're not Southampton and Leicester. We haven't got 1 or 2 games in hand. And as corrupt as I could be, I'm not the EPL trying to bogusly give.
I was going to say, I thought Doug was close to being sued for breach of something. I'm not quite sure what, but
I mean, a brown envelope did come through my door this morning, but I'm not saying it was from Doug, and I'm not saying it wasn't either. But it's not the only one battling. It looks like a real Championship table. Dave, you're playing catch-up at the bottom. You are the Rotherham of the division at the moment. But as we can
can't
see...
believe Luke's beating me.
I know, but to be fair, Dave, we've both had bad mishaps where I've not reminded you and you've not sent yours in. So you're a couple of weeks behind in that sense. But the rest of the table is absolutely hotting up. Anyone from Luke all the way up to Chris in 7th place could chop and change over this week. And then you've got battle. I wouldn't rule Jeff out. You know, he's what, 29 points off Shane, which sounds like a lot, but as we've seen, Doug had a big lead and it's cut away. It only takes 1 bad week for the top and 1 good week for someone else. It is hotting up. Forget your Championship battle for the title. This is the title battle, isn't it? Look at all them lovely leaders. I mean, Dave, we're not involved, so we can sit there in our table position. Yeah, we're a 1 division table, so you're not going to get relegated. You'll just get mocked and reminded of it for about a year.
I had more trouble copying and pasting the results this morning or whatever it was. Did you? You must have had a few messages from me.
I did. He got it made no sense. I thought he was giving me a musical introduction.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to fly through and catch up with some comments here before we get started. But we are going to get started with predictions. Luke Mununes, Sin Jin. I have probably butchered that, and I do apologise. Hi everybody, big up. #Levy out. Don't need to ask you support. Definitely a Spurs fan. Luke Lockman back in here. Brad, are you and Chris worried about the changes of breaching PSR rules? No, because it's not a fans thing. We can't get involved. There's nothing we can do to stop it. The club are handling it the way they're handling it. Whether you agree with how they're handling it or not, that's up to a personal perspective. I'm not worried because my real is something I don't know anything too much about, and B, I don't know what the punishment could be. We will all see.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of clubs should be worried though.
They
This is
probably
just the tip
should.
of
I
the
mean,
iceberg.
probably some bigger
Yeah.
clubs more than the smaller clubs. So apparently, you've got to get rid of the bottom lot first before you can deal
Yeah,
with the
of
top.
course. Yeah.
But I'm no expert in how law
Set
and
an
order
example.
works. I know, right? It's almost like you could set an example by punishing the bigger clubs. But there we go. Richo65, good to see you, mate. Says evening all. Scott's in as well. He goes, hi all. Hope you're all well. Exactly. I know you're asking a question, but the way you sound, as if you're a bit confused to ask it. Love it, mate. Yeah, I'm well, and Dave said he's well, but no one cares either way. If we are, if we're not, no one listens to us, do they, Dave? No. Everton fan, Richo. I mean, you guys are in the same boat as us. So for once, we're not arguing with each other and hoping you lose and whatnot. So we're on the same boat in that one.
I think it's ironic we talked about suing them last year. Pathetic.
Well,
isn't
it is,
really?
but then the club have got lawyers in to fight the case before it's even started. So maybe they feel they're justified in their decision making. Who knows?
We'll
like
see.
I said,
We'll
I'm not
see.
worried about it. Yeah, exactly. Until it comes out. Scott says, please everyone smash the like button. Yeah, exactly. It just helps us get found by new Leicester fans that maybe don't know this channel exists. And even if you share it while it's live. Do whatever you need to do. Just do all that good stuff. Evening from a Leeds fan, squeaky bum time. Yes, Big Mally. Let me know. I'll obviously get involved with all the other predictions we're going to make in a minute or two. But let me know. Do you think that you're going to finish ahead of us? Do you see us coming up with you? Or is it just a case of team up? Let's get Leicester and Leeds back where they feel where they belong and sods to Southampton and Ipswich. Let me know, Mally. We appreciate all opinions. I might tell you it's wrong, but I'll say it with a smile. Nonetheless, Nate, going to be heading into the mountains next week, so I'll try and get next predictions to you a little earlier, Brad.
No, don't worry, Nate. Nate, don't worry. It's all right. Don't worry.
Yeah, Dave needs all the help. He says you can do what you want. That's absolutely.
You go in the hills.
Yeah, I mean, you do that. You let us catch up, mate. You let me open up a gap on you. That's absolutely fine. You've been good all the way through getting your predictions in, Nate. So even if you don't, mate, it's not going to count towards you. Yes, I am, John. The sneaky little keeps getting like a point lead on me. I've been clawing away at it like a cat stuck in a cardboard box, and I'm hoping this week I can finally get out. So knowing this one, he'll get a stormer of a week, and I will have a poor one. Just how it goes. I still profess I'm the two-time Premier League champion. Okay, it was only against Steve Lyon next to Chris, but I still won them both. So I'll wait until next year. Fingers crossed. Don't jinx it, Brad. Whatever will be in regards to PSR. Just need to make sure we get points. Need to get promotion. Exactly, Scott. Let's worry what's in front of us. Like Enzo says after each press conference after a game, where's your focus? Well, it's on our next opponents now. We've beat these teams. We've got the game out of the way. Whatever. Our focus is on the next game. Only focus on what is exactly in front of us. Although in hindsight, whatever happened, back our teams. Exactly, mate. That's what we're supposed to do as fans, and that's what we'll do. No chance I've got to hold on to my Europa League spot. Jeff is right on my tail. Get your passport and date, Jeff. Do it now. Get so advanced, Nate, that you even beat Jeff to the predictions. Get it in, and I won't message you if it goes horribly wrong for you. I'll leave you in peace on your mountaintops. That's everybody caught up with, and I can take a breath. So, Dave, we are going to be talking all things championship as we predict games week 39 and 40. I nearly said that wrong. I saved that well. And what I'm going to do is, just so we're not a little bit bare underneath, I know there's no women. We don't want to make them blush or anything with what we're doing. Can I move up? Mouse, can you, are you going to allow me to scroll up? No, you're not. You're not going to allow me to scroll up. No, Dave tried it. I tried it. It doesn't work. Just in case you need a reminder.
We had a bit of something there.
We did. I double clicked. Just in case you need a reminder whilst you're on the prediction show, you can go and follow us on all our social medias. And obviously, if you are on catch up, you can say to your smart speaker or Alexa to play the Leicester Till I Die podcast, Leicester Side TV podcast, and it will like we will lend you our ears. And if you can clean the wax out afterwards, that'd be brilliant. And again, shameless plug, LTID TV2, Leicester City quiz channel, Leicester City women's football, watch along. I did the Brighton game. I'll be doing the Saturday afternoon game, 12:30 kickoff against Aston Villa in a mid-table clash. Make sure you've already gone over there and subscribed and done that smashing thing, because I know you legends wouldn't let me down. You wouldn't, would you? Good lads and ladies and non-binaries. I'm not going to single them out. Cracking on. We've kept you long enough. We're going to skip the first game because, well, we're a Leicester channel. We want to keep you here and we want to keep you in suspenders. But the next game, first up on the game, it is an afternoon kickoff. It is a 1 p.m. kickoff. It is Millwall at home to West Bromwich Albion. It is 16th place Millwall versus West Bromwich Albion 5th. Look, Millwall may feel that they've done enough to stay up. West Brom will be wanting to secure that playoff spot. I'm going to get my prediction and tell you Karl's prediction, and then Dave, you can tell me why we're wrong and why you're so low on the board and going to get this one wrong as well. I think West Brom are going to win this game, mainly because I don't like Millwall, and B, because West Brom have been, well, it feels like they've been fifth all season, really. I think it's going to be a comfortable 2-0 away win to West Brom. And Karl, the Leeds fan, he has agreed with me, which scares me a little bit, but he has gone 2-1 to West Brom. Dave, how do you see this one going?
Well, I've gone 2-1 as well.
You have. But which way did you go?
Millwall.
He
I can't
did.
see Millwall. I can't see them losing at home. Now Neil Harris is back there. They're a different team. Absolute different team. So I think Millwall will beat them.
Oh, well, Dave,
The Baggies will not travel well down to East London.
Well, I would like to say, because they are
West
technically
London.
Midlands-ish. I know they're West Midlands, so not really a rival of ours in the big grand scheme of things, but I would like to agree with you, but it's Millwall. And fortunately, Dave, all by myself, because Big Mally and John have both gone for a Baggies 2-1 win. They think it's going to happen, so you're all on your own.
Fine. That's okay. That's where I want to be.
I tell you what, Dave, sometimes I've scored 3 points by being the only one that's gone for silly predictions. I remember a certain game, I think it was Stoke played Middlesbrough. I went 1-0 Stoke, even though I hate Stoke. They won 1-0. I was the only one to get points. So never, ever take too much into account of it. And then, you know what, we've bigged up this championship. I'm now about to tell you, obviously going to 3 o'clock kickoffs, 2 teams that I feel have nothing to play for. Oh, Scott, you're a gentleman. You're not on your own anymore, Dave. He's gone 1-0 Millwall. Scott
of all people. Come on, man.
He's a good lad, is our Scott. 2 teams that may feel like they've got nothing to play for. The fans will be hoping otherwise. They'll want to see them go on a good run and at least end the season on a high. And who knows, not out of the realms of possibility, but it's going to catch up. It is 11th place Cardiff at home. They are hosting 12th place Sunderland. Close in league position. It's not going to go up, not going to go down. Do you see a winner in this, or is this one of them games that neither team really has the energy to go for it?
Cardiff really disappointed me. I thought they might make a push, but they sort of gave in at Swansea. They let me down on an Aki I had where I wanted both teams to score. Cardiff couldn't even do that. So
gamble responsibly, people. Gamble responsibly.
Of course.
And don't take betting advice off Dave.
No, ever. I'm as bad as that as I am with the predictions at the moment. So, I've got it as a 1-1 because I can't see a winner. I can't see many goals. I nearly went for a 0-0, which probably is more sensible. But
well, you know what, Dave? It's scary that you said that because I nearly did that. I nearly put 0-0, but I have actually agreed with you, and I have gone 1-1. Karl, again, our Leeds representative, he actually does see a winner, and he's gone 2-1 to Cardiff. He feels they will get the win at home. Big Mally makes it a trio. The dynamic trio, I don't know what phrase you could use for it, but he's also gone 1-1. John agrees with Karl. He's gone 2-1 to Cardiff. And Scott has gone for a big win.
3 goals, Scott.
3 goals. You're feeling adventurous, Scott. Ooh. He has gone 3-0 to Cardiff.
He's going for Europe.
Yeah, he is. Now, a team a team that might do us a favour are taking on a team in a relegation scrap. You've got one chasing the playoffs and one trying to avoid the trapdoor to League One. It is Huddersfield Town in 22nd taking on that itty bitty M69 derby side called Coventry City, who after they won their FA Cup final against us, thought they were going to close a 25-point gap on us. They're in 8th place, so I don't know how well that is going for them, Dave. Having said that, this is the part of the season where if Coventry are going to sneak in the back door of the playoffs, they've got to win a game like this.
Yeah.
I've gone for a 2-0 Coventry win. Karl's gone for a 3-1 win to Coventry. Do you make it a full house, Dave?
Yeah, 3-2.
Coventry,
I think.
You've gone goals.
Well, yeah, I mean, Huddersfield score goals. Coventry score goals. I think Coventry will win. They must be playing catch-up fixture-wise. So, and I think, was it last year they had a late run which got them in the playoffs?
It was, and look how well that worked out for them. Ask Luton Town fans.
Yeah, I know, but
I
can't
know,
have
but it's
everything, can
we're
you?
allowed to
As
say
a
that.
Sky Blue, of course, me more than you. But no, I think they'll win that one.
Hey, my mum's a Cov fan. I'm allowed to say it more than anybody here. Although she was very nice and sympathetic with me when they beat us at their place. And she, unlike the rest of the stadium, didn't celebrate like she just won the FA Cup. She went to the bar, got me another beer, and said, there, you'll still win the league. So hope my mum's right in that case, because we've not been doing well since then.
No.
Scott says here, as Dale Boy once says, EU dares wins, Rodney. EU dares wins. Cushty. Still awaiting that win again, Scott. I agree with you. Hopefully, this time next week we'll be top of the league. That was rubbish. I'm going to stop doing it. I don't even have a flat cap to do it, and that was the worst accent attempt at David Jason ever. Big Mally's got it down as a draw, so he's gone big and gone home. John has gone for a Coventry win, and Scott, wow, you've gone 3-2. So has Scott, but not as you would have thought. He's got Huddersfield Town 3, Coventry City 2.
And you know what? Any of those results could happen.
Well, funny enough, Dave, that's how football works. You make a prediction on a score, and any of them could happen.
Not so much in the Premier League.
The Normality Channel with Riley Taylor. That is a great channel name. I love that. He says, Evening, Riley. Hope you are well. Catch up with the predictions if you want. You can see everybody's comments down below. This is Predictions Week Games 39 and 40. But before you catch up, Riley, we've got a second channel. I've not said it yet. I've not told anybody else. Go over there. That's the last time I plug it. I promise you. I'm not going to keep going on a bit. He comes in again and says, hope all is well. Right, I'm going to say Huddersfield 127. Well, you know what? Bold as brass, and why not? I will say there's a score that beats that scoreline, but I haven't predicted it, and neither has Dave. But there is a bigger scoreline. Some hatred in there, I feel, in there from Kyle. Spoiler alert. But it's not that game up next. We talked about them when we mentioned Norwich. Hull City in 7th place. Take on, as Chris would mockingly say, my favourite team, Stoke City, who are in a relegation battle. Sorry, any Stoke fans. I don't mean it. Honestly, I don't. But Hull City...
Yeah, we met a nice one in the first game at our place. Nice Stoke fan. Yeah.
I mean,
not many of them around.
I think you said it as well, Dave. When we played Stoke, they were one of, if not the worst team to come to the King Power. They just didn't play. They just didn't want to do anything. They didn't play for a draw. They didn't try and stop us. They gave us an easy going over. Cardiff 5, Sunderland 1. He's going big scores. I like this rugby guy. He's coming in with his rugby scores. I love it. See, I did that. But Hull City chasing a playoff against a struggling Stoke City. It's got nothing to do with my hatred towards Stoke here, but I have gone 3-0 Hull City. Again, kind of like Norwich and that. If they're going to get in the playoffs and or be challenging for it and keep up the momentum, they've got to beat teams down at the wrong end of the table. I've gone 3-0. Karl went 2-0 to Stoke. How big have you gone for a win for? You gone 2-1 to Hull. 2-0 to Hull. Sorry. How big of a win have you got, Hull then?
I just had to double look at my prediction
So
now.
did I. So did
I've
I.
gone 5-1 Hull.
You have. You've actually outdone.
Hey,
You've
Riley,
outdone
come on.
Riley.
Not far
He's gone
off.
4-1. Dave, you've gone 5-1. Nobody's back in Stoke, and I'm proud of all of you. I really am. I'm proud of you all. You've done me justice on this show. Hull City 2, Stoke 0, Hull 3. All right. I don't. At Stoke, giving them a goal, I can let you off, Scott. They're still losing the game in your eyes, and I'll take any result. As Mr. State the Obvious would say, all of his predictions have a chance to happen. Who knew, guys? Who knew, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binaries alike? Moving on to another promotion chasing side. I call them Preston 8th because they always start off really well and then fizzle out and end up somehow outside the playoffs. They started the season top. We have to remember we actually had to overtake them to get to the top, as did Leeds to get into the second spot with Ipswich. But they are playing probably a team that were hoping they'd still be in the fight to stay up. But I think they're already gone. And that is, of course, rock bottom, 24th place, Rotherham. Do you see a surprise from Rotherham, Dave, or is this a nailed-on home win? Given Preston can be a bit up and down.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's nailed on. I'm surprised I've given Rotherham a goal. Would I have done a 4-1?
you've gone 4-1. That indeed you have. Karl, Leeds fan, he showed no remorse. He's gone 2-0. But I've surprised you. I've surprised myself here. This is probably why I'm not challenging at the top end of the table in the predictions league. Because I don't know. I just feel like this is one of them where out of what about Norwich? Norwich Plymouth is I skipped over it on purpose. John. Don't you worry. I'm going back to them in a minute. Because I looked at my wrist a lot. I have got it written down beforehand. I'm just that useless sometimes. I rip over it. Don't worry.
I didn't like to say anything.
I've given Rotherham a point because I just feel like when a team's kind of got nothing to play for, they're already down and out. They can tend to cause mischief and annoy you and nick a point in games where you think it's nailed on. I'm probably going to be wrong. I'm going to look like a fool, but I've gone 1-1. And I'm not the only one. From VC, welcome in. He's given the same result. He's gone for a draw. Wow. Scott, full of surprises. He's gone 1-0 Rotherham. And Normality.
Preston can be weird, can't they? They've had some weird results.
For the last 3 seasons, Dave, they go top of the league, then they start draw, losing, the odd win here or there. They drop like a stone into a lake, and then they slowly make a late dash for the playoffs and always fall short. It's just the Preston way. Well, John thinks you're too nice. Dave, he thinks you're too nice. I don't know if it means about your predictions for your personality. Going big here on the predictions, says Riley. Well, yeah, some fixtures do acquire it. And John's just chimed in. He's gone 2-0 to Preston. So I might not be on my own, but I'm one of the very few that have gave Rotherham a sniff of hope. And now, just for you, John, just for you. Norwich City versus Plymouth Argyle. I have a little bit of a soft spot for Plymouth. Meet late granddad, who is Cornish lad. He liked to keep an eye on Plymouth. He was West Ham fan, but he does like he did like Plymouth because well, in distance they're still a bit away, but you know it's a down south side, so had a bit of soft spot for them. Didn't like them when I was sponsored by Gingsters because I don't like their version of a Cornish pasty. It's just shameful. Don't call it a pasty, not a Cornish one, because that's not a Cornish pasty. If you've ever been down south, you know exactly what it is. Now then, let's get the sensible scores out of the way here. You can tell that Karl, our Leeds fan, has a bit of a hatred towards Norwich with this prediction because Plymouth are in 18th. Norwich will be wanting to hold on to that 6th spot in the Championship. I've gone 2-1 Norwich because Plymouth are a bit allergic to going away. Dave, what have you gone?
Norwich, Plymouth 3-1.
You've gone what? Plymouth 3-1 or Norwich 3-1?
Norwich.
You go Norwich 3-1. The way you said that, I had to make sure. You never know. You just never know.
My bits are falling out.
Jeebus is Dave.
Losing all my bits. Sorry, mate.
Dave's losing all his bits. was that? 35 minutes and 15 seconds in. I'll get Chris to
Here's
click
a phone in.
that. He's losing his bits.
Phone.
He's losing his earphones. He's losing his
I think my ears are getting bigger as I get older.
and that's why his wife likes to give them a tickle, isn't it, Dave?
And
So,
she does indeed.
Big Mally's gone 2-1 to Norwich. Scott's gone for a Desmond. He's gone 2-2. John has gone 3-1 to Norwich. I mean, I'll have whatever you're having, Riley. He's going high scoring. He's gone 5-4. And Drum has gone Norwich 2-0. Now, you think 5-4, 9 goals would be the most predicted for this one, wouldn't you? But don't clean your ears out. You're about to hear this right. The Leeds fan, so this may explain a lot here, has gone. Norwich City 1, Plymouth Argyle 9.
Love it.
I mean, I remember when I went 8-0 Leicester against Stoke, and I wasn't too far off that, actually. We could have done that on a better day, but 9-1 Plymouth away from home. That is something special. And speaking of special, an absolute bonanza, probably the biggest game down at the bottom you could ask for a neutral's point of view. It is the proverbial 6-pointer. It's Queen's Park Rangers, who are on a little bit of upturn in form. They are sat in 20th, just above the relegation zone. And so are their opponents, Birmingham City, who eventually saw sense to sack Wayne Rooney, who took them down from 5th to 15th. Great job, Rooney. And you wonder why I digress at ex-players becoming managers at reasonable-sized clubs so quickly. But this could be a tough one to predict, Dave. Karl thinks it'll be a ball draw and the last on ITV4. Yes, I've been using that right from the start, and I'll play it and I didn't even know it. He's gone 0-0. I can actually see Birmingham edging this 1-0. I don't know, maybe no confidence things, that reassurance that they'll, they're out of danger, and a team that's got everything to gain and, wants to get away from that relegation zone, start opening up some gaps at this point in the season. I've gone 1-0 Birmingham. Dave, what have you predicted for it?
3-0 Rangers. I can't see Birmingham beating anything in London. It's a long way down there, isn't it? Especially in their bus. So 3-0.
Yeah, he's gone 3-0. He's gone big. Riley, just be careful what you're saying. He's a friend of the channel, and I know you probably mean it in jest, but what you're saying, people might take offence to. Scott, thank you for saying keep it respectful. Don't be popping up with things like I know you want to go big in that, and that's fine, but just keep it respectful. What you're putting in chat, Scott, you know the drill, mate, as it is when it comes to that. But Riley, I know you mean it in jest, but some things just tone it down a little bit, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you, buddy. Drum has gone 0-0. Big Mally can't separate the sides. He's gone for a 1-1 draw. And then Scott's gone 3-0 QPR.
Yeah,
one team I can't stand. Birmingham is one team you can't stand. Well, that's great to know, Scott. There's always one team we always have a hatred for sometimes for local obvious reasons, and sometimes just because we don't like them. And cheers, Big Mally. See you later. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope you've hit the like on your way out, as we ask all the people to hit the like button on the way out. And Scott, yeah, you're spot on with what you said there, mate. Like I said, just to reiterate it, just keep things respectful, buddy. I know things are said in jest, and it's not always meant to distinguish how you type things out. What I said. Great work there, Scott, and keeping an eye on things for me. We move on. Just to recap, I went 1-0 Birmingham, Karl went 0-0, and Dave went 3-0 to QPR. Now then, my second best prediction team, because I always seem to do really well with predicting their results. I then jinxed that because I think it was last week I bagged them to do something and they lost. But that's the first time they've let me down in a while. It is 22nd place Sheffield Wednesday, who will be wanting to gain ground on either or potentially both QPR and Birmingham with a win, they've got to take on Swansea, who eventually picked up the win. But they're sat in 15th. Swansea. They're a little bit further away from the relegation than they were a couple of weeks ago, but they have been stuttering, Dave. Is this a Wednesday win, or are Swansea going to start putting a run together and pull themselves away from danger?
I think Wednesday will win that. I think there'll be a 5-goal thriller, but I think Wednesday will win it.
Oh, a 5-0 thriller. He's gone for it.
No, 3-2.
You've gone 3-2. That indeed he has. Yeah. Scott saying take care to Big Money there. Great to see him in. Well, John doesn't go for a 5-goal thriller, but he does go for a squeaky bum time of a 2-1 win for Sheffield Wednesday. So any Sheffield Wednesday fans that have come along to watch this will be absolutely delighted with our predictions. And I'm going to make it a full set because I have gone 2-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. But Karl ruins it as always. Typical Leeds fan has to ruin things. He's gone for a Desmond. So he cannot separate the sides. Could be a good point, though, if they get it, depending on results around them, doesn't it, Dave? That's the joys of this division.
Indeed.
And Drum VC just chiming in there. He's given the Swansea boys a win. So there is some backing from him out there. There is some people that believe Swansea might go on a little bit of a run. Although Scott, I don't know, maybe he hates Swansea more than he does Birmingham because he's gone 4-1 to Sheffield Wednesday here.
Oh, that's a fair point.
And as the wise owl of Dave once obviously pointed out, all these scores have a chance of happening.
They do.
Even the balmy army of 5-4s and 6-1s have a chance of happening. Now then, pay attention to this because this team has a chance to start making some, catch up on the grounds of Ipswich, Leicester and Leeds respectively. And they also have 2 games in hand. A team that maybe the likes of Leeds and Leicester fans are sleeping on because they seem so far away. But you have to remember they've got 2 games in hand. Southampton in 4th, taking on another red side. This one of the Borough kind, Michael Carrick, who some people wanted as Leicester manager before Enzo was appointed. I wasn't one of them. Probably because I don't like managers like Wayne Rooney and Scott Parker and Steven Gerrard getting jobs. I just didn't think it was a job, but he's not doing too bad. Maybe a bit out of the realms of possibility, but you never know, Dave. There's always a team that goes on a surge, and Middlesbrough are in 10th. They are about 5 or 6 points off the playoffs, but a win against Southampton here would not only derail the Saints in their bid for automatic promotion, but it would give their Middlesbrough fans something to really think they could do it.
Yeah,
and
not going to happen.
No, I think they can, Dave. I've predicted 2-1 Middlesbrough, and shockingly enough, so has Karl. He sees an upset on the cards. Because I feel the cluster of games that Southampton will have to play with their catch-up games, one of them being notably against us, because we were in some FA Cup quarter-final. It's no big deal. We only took Chelsea all the way to 90 minutes. But you've not agreed then, Dave. Tell everybody what you've gone for.
No, Southampton at home should be unbeatable. I think I've gone 4-1. I've gone 4-1.
Yes, you have gone 4-1, and funny enough, I can think of 4 or 1 reasons why they aren't unbeatable at home. But I think you used your Leicester prediction brain to give that score to Southampton there.
Yeah, we were coasting at that stage. We were on fire.
We were, and we
were what Leeds are now at the time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe we can find that fight yet again. John thinks it'll be a bit closer, but he has given Southampton a win 3-2. Drum has gone for another close game, but again, Southampton 2-1. And again, Scott keeping it close has gone Southampton 3, Middlesbrough 2. So
Middlesbrough score that many goals? I thought they only scored 1 a game.
Well, sometimes they do, Dave, and sometimes they don't.
Well, it can change, Brad.
Well, there you go. That's it is. I'm just saying.
Anything could happen, mate.
Anything can happen. Who knew? Who knew in a game where we're trying to predict what people can do, teams will do?
Anything could happen.
I know, right?
Right.
Well, we move from one promotion contending rival to another. It's not Blackburn. They're having a torrid season down in 17th. They just replaced their manager, Don Dale Thomas, who's gone back to Sweden. I can't blame him. He wasn't back. The chicken coops run out of the owners.
They should have been up the top.
They should have.
Really should.
if you had got a bet on Blackburn to make the playoffs, you'd have been throwing it in the bin come December, January
Yeah.
time. They have been well and truly awful. They're
Yeah.
only a place higher than they were the week before. I think they were 18th and now 17th. And they have the impervious task of scoring against, of trying to get a point against the 90-minute Kings, Ipswich Town, who are in third place. And if things go well or wrong from a Leicester's perspective, they could be in the automatic zones come their game if they are to win it. Although, ask Cardiff, it didn't go too well for Ipswich last time out with 90-minute goals. Dave, are Ipswich going to suffer another 90-minute heartbreak, or are it going to get back on track?
I've had it with Blackburn. I've been backing Blackburn all season. I thought
Probably
they
why
were
you
lucky.
Predictions League.
Yeah, they were lucky not to beat us when we beat them 4-1 at their place, or whatever it was at the end. I think Ipswich will do that to them as well. 4-1 Ipswich. Yeah, I've had it with Blackburn.
David is under the impetus of go big or go home. From a Leicester perspective, I hope you back in Ipswich to win and finally going against Blackburn jinxes them.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I like it. Reverse psychology there. I've backed you similarly. Not 4-1, but I have gone for a comfortable 2-0 Ipswich win. I don't see any 90th minute drama. But if Ipswich are winning 1-0 and Blackburn want to score a 96 minutes equaliser, Karl's not in the league. He's gone 1-1. He can have the imaginary points because he's not in the predictions league. So Karl went 1-1. He's gone somewhere. I think his promotion head with it being a Leeds fan got switched on there. Scott has gone Blackburn 1-3. I'm assuming you mean Ipswich are going to win 3-1 and you're not saying 3-1 to Blackburn. John has gone Desmond 2-2 on us.
Okay.
2-2.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, Scott corrected it there. He added the Ipswich onto it. A bit like Luke not putting a goalkeeper in his lineup. He forgot something in his first comment we got there. A Leeds United fan in. Hi, mate. Cheats, evening cheats. Yeah, what it is. Well, you know, what was it? Evening cheats. What we got here then?
I have no idea.
Lead. Well, it's another succubus of a Leeds fan, and he gets that for his treatment. Bye bye. If you're so insufferable that you have to come sniffing around a Leicester channel because you're so desperate for attention, we'll put you in a naughty corner. Or like Harry Potter, we'll put you under a couple of the stair. Bye. See you later. And see ya. Yeah. Arrivederci.
Brian Clough got it right.
Yeah, people like that, you get no time. Also, I know, like a drum. I don't know if you are, at least you're decent. We don't mind decent fans. We can take banter, we can have a laugh. It's when comments like that come up and silly little childish comments have to come up. We're here, we're having a laugh. At the end of the day, we want to win the league ahead of you, of course. But if we both go up, we're both getting the same outcome. You get to have a bus parade if you come top. So do we if we come top. But if we're first and second, who really cares? Yeah, again, that's exactly what Scott's saying there. We don't have anything against fans. It's just when it's silly little comments about cheats. We haven't been innocent until proven guilty, first of all. And if we are guilty, we've already accepted as fans that we deserve the punishment and give it as rightly says.
Yeah.
Absolutely no worries, mate. Like I said, we like to keep it respectful here. We will, of course, have banter with you. We obviously hope we finish ahead of you. But for them insufferable morons that unfortunately every fan base has, we've had to banter our own in here. So, it's
more
not
than how many times you had to bounce him, that guy?
Oh, about 7 or 8. Yeah, exactly, mate. We're all here for the same thing, to have fun, have a laugh and be respectful. And just tongue-in-cheek comments are absolutely fine, but comments like him, idiot, bye, see you later. We've already got enough Chris's in here. We don't need another one. So, see you later. You donut. Speaking of which, it's a shame he couldn't be respectful because for you, Drum, you're the Leeds fan that gets to enjoy this. It is Watford in 13th place. They nearly went a whole season without sacking the manager, didn't they, Dave?
Yeah,
Leeds United will be travelling to Watford. They are, and well done to you. I agree with Chris. Whoever finishes ahead of Leeds in the table deserves to win it because I think Leeds are banged up to go up automatically, whether that's first or second.
You can't see them. drop in any
I
form
just
now, can you?
feel that Southampton have too much of a workload with the games in hands on. I actually don't think at this point in the season is advantageous to have games in hand. And I also feel that Ipswich have shown their inconsistency just enough to suggest that they won't, won't do well enough to do it. Still a fantastic season to Ipswich, even if they don't make automatic to be where they are, they're all but guaranteed playoffs. So,
You know what I reckon, Brad? If we don't keep our bottle and stay up there with Leeds, we could blow the playoffs. We could blow the playoffs. The mentality would be shot to death, wouldn't it? Because you're going to look at that league table whenever it was and then look at it now. And they're only human, these players. It's all right to say, well, we'll just focus on the next game. It's another game. No, it's not. It's the fact that you've blown automatic promotion when we're all talking about record points and all that.
Yeah,
it's a big 2 games coming up for us.
it is.
And to be honest, it doesn't matter what Leeds do. We have to win them. It doesn't matter if Leeds win them. We have to win them.
No, and you know what? That's the joys of the division as well. Leeds could win both their games, and we could win both our games, but we could go back top purely because we go in and say, I don't know, batter Bristol 5-0 and Leeds only win 2-0. It's
more importantly, though, it puts the pressure on Ipswich. More importantly, and that's what Leeds and Leicester have got to do. Make sure Ipswich drop back.
Exactly.
As much as I don't mind Ipswich, to be honest. I mean, I quite like them as a club, but it's important that we put them in their place, give them another season in the Championship. And
that's the goal. And I jest with the Marvel team up sort of thing, but that's exactly Dave. If Leeds and Leicester are wanting to keep hold of automatic zones, they've got to keep winning games and putting the pressure on Leeds and that. Having said that, Karl being a Leeds fan, I'll get this out of the way because shock horror, as rightly he would, and anyone should, back Leeds to win 2-0. I want Leicester to win the league, and if we can beat Bristol City, again, you talk mentality, Dave, knowing Leicester play earlier on in the day, and this is a 5:30 kickoff, even a point, although that wouldn't be ideal for Leicester in the end, it gives Leicester that psychological edge. And then Leeds away, I know they have a fantastic away support. I think the best in the Championship, if not one of the best, definitely. So it won't be a crowd issue, but it might be a case of weight on the players' shoulders. And maybe my heart's ruled my head here. I have gone 2-1 Watford. Have you let your heart rule your head here, or have you gone?
Well, I've been slightly less optimistic than you. And gone for Watford scoring 2 goals. But I don't know why I've done that now. I think Leeds will get 4 of them at least. But I don't know why I got Watford scored 2. Because, I mean, with Watford, they could either win it or get smacked. I can't see them beating Leeds. I think their manager is too good. I think he'll keep their feet on the ground even. I think one thing I thought about, would he drop Daniel James after the Wales thing, because that's going to affect him?
I don't know, and I'll get to
missing that penalty, or will he just come back firing and wanting to prove a point because of the disappointment? It's a tricky one, isn't it?
There's only a few handful of people that will know that. You'd like to think from a Leeds perspective that if a player who's done well from this season, he'll come back, shake it off, and he'll go again and be all fired up.
You'd hope so, but it must affect him. I mean,
it must.
I mean, I didn't see the game, but for the only penalty to be missed.
Oh, and that's the worst one, isn't it? Because when you miss one early doors, you're thinking, please, just somebody save me. Somebody bail me out.
Somebody like him as well, you wouldn't expect him to miss. Well, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. Yeah. But there you go. I mean, to the Welsh fans in there, while England are in the group stage, just put the bins out for us while we're away. Tongue in cheek banter there.
I didn't even know we played last night.
Oh, we played Belgium and drew 2-2 or something like that.
Played Leicester, didn't we?
I don't care. I don't care. National things are friendly for us. I didn't really.
Sorry, mate. You interrupt. What were you saying?
Sorry, I'm just getting through some comments here because there's a lot of comments coming in. Dave's gone 2-1 Leeds. He thinks they'll keep it going. And again, Leeds can win 2-1 as long as we win 3-0.
Yeah, I
Scott,
think they'll score 4.
Scott's done his best impression of you here. He's given me 2 predictions. He says his head says Leeds will win 4-1, but my heart, which is his prediction, I believe, he's gone for a Watford 2-1 win. See, I like the cut of this man's
But
jib.
to be fair, you've got to give him both results then.
Well,
on the
that's very
points.
true. I mean, Drum here is to fair to him. He says they're going to draw the game
really?
1-1 because they've got quite a few injuries from the international duties. Which this is why I hate them as well. I understand that Wales it was a qualifier and that's
Stupid time
different,
though.
but why are we
Stupid
playing
time for
friendlies
it.
at the crunch end of the season? It's absolutely stupid. I mean, qualifiers you kind of understand they have to be done now because of summer tournament. But
They could have
still,
played them earlier. They could have played them earlier.
could have easily done them
Yeah.
earlier. It's
Yeah.
just
It's
ridiculous.
not fair on clubs like Leeds,
Uh,
and to a degree Leicester, but certainly clubs like that.
Yeah, I mean,
who've got a
we
lot
have
of
a few
internationals.
internationals, Dave, but we've come back relatively unscathed from what I know. I haven't seen any news about any.
No, I haven't seen anything, to be honest.
I haven't. Well, James has gone for a Watford 2-1. Leeds have got too excited. Well, it got to us, and it's proven right. We can only hope. Siege mentality needed, Dave, says John.
Yeah.
Don't forget Ipswich. Yeah, they are. Exactly. So it makes...
Probably writing them off too soon, aren't we? Well, I am.
Well, it makes tomorrow's game, so Friday afternoon's game. Because it's Friday, I'm not used to saying a 12:30 Friday game. Can our fans make the KP a fortress that the players will thrive off it? They have to. I think we really have to. Nervous energy is no good at this time of the season. Dave, he's been accused of copying homework. Key players,
right sometimes.
Especially Nonto. Nonto's a fantastic player. Completely irrelevant off topic, but on my Leicester Football Manager save, I actually signed Nonto off Leeds for about £25 million, and I won the Champions League in 4 years later. So, but that's how good he's seemingly rated on Football Manager, and we all know these masterminds do the research on Football Manager. So that's a big miss for Leeds. I hope they have recoveries. I hope they stumble against Watford so we can go back top of the league. But again, my prospect on Leeds.
Still got Jimmy Somerville up front, haven't they? He's pretty impressive.
They do.
And
James
Bamford scoring again, is he?
Very true.
Dangerous.
Ipswich to win the league, James. I mean, again, you write them off at our peril. They could do that. But we've made you wait long enough. That is all the fixtures for game week 39 out of the way, barring one. And if you can't figure out which one it is, you're on a Leicester City channel. Come on, do the maths. Which one have we not done yet? Come on, boys and girls and non-binary, say it with me. Bristol City versus Leicester. That's where we're at. The main game. And Dave, it's an early kickoff. Now, I hate early kickoffs because, and not that I endorse gambling. If you do, make sure you gamble responsibly. But the biggest gambler thing with an acca is never back the early kickoff because it'll shoot you in the foot one way or another. It's a big game for Leicester, Dave. They all are in retrospect. But for me, the run-in, they need... Oh, I think Dave's frozen. But Leicester need to win this game. Oh, he's alive with the sound of music.
I was just listening to you, Brad.
Oh, you were so intent on what I was saying. And I have gone big for this game. I have gone for us to get back to winning ways. And I want that comfortable win. I know I said I'd take a squeaky bum 1-0, 2-1 win. But I want us to really win this game and get us up and running with these games coming thick and fast. I've gone 3-0 Leicester. Karl, the Leeds fan, no surprise, I feel here, has got us to draw 1-1. Dave, it has to be a Leicester win, doesn't it? There's no other way around it.
Yeah, I think I went 2-1, didn't I, Leicester?
Yeah, I did. Did you? Yes, you did. Yes, you did indeed.
It has to be a win. There's no other option. If we lose this one, well, God knows.
Well, yeah, well, that's when you're
It's not even go there. Not even go.
Yeah.
The boys will fire back. They'll be back.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to keep the faith, as the club would say. Because, like you say, if you don't, then we're relying on teams to slip up, and that's not the position you want to be in this game of season. John says 3-1 Leicester. I mean, I can't blame him going 3-1. We have a habit of conceding goals. Drum, to be fair to him, after saying Leeds would draw, is saying that we'll go top of the league before they play, obviously, as well. He's gone 2-1 Leicester. All at Leicester know how important this match is. Huge fixture for Leicester. in my view. Totally could not agree with you more, mate. Scott's gone for a goal fest. He's gone Bristol. Ooh, don't fancy your score, Scott. It's gone 4-2. Bristol. Ronald McDonald. Get burger flipping. I'm hungry. I fancy Big Mac. Send it my way, mate. Come on. Do me a solid. This is not a sponsored show, but we have Ronald McDonald in. Come on, Ronald. Sort the franchise out. See what I did there?
Do we know if Vardy's fit or not?
Yeah. Well, he's gone 4. Way. There you go, Dave. There you go. I didn't hear what you said there, so I cheered and hope you said something funny.
Yeah.
What did you say there, Dave?
No, I just said he's Vardy fit. Do we know?
He wasn't fit purely for not training after the whole game. That's why he didn't play.
Chelsea game, I think he just pulled him.
I think it was just again. I think Enzo would rather had him train and get him up to full fitness, enjoy the break, make the most out of it, and have him fit to probably start the game on Friday with his form. James, love it, bold as brass. He's gone 5-0. Time for a big win. I think we could. Again, I agree with you. I think we need to get a big, dominant performance as well as the scoreline as well to kind of really kick off this end season running. And Andreas, good to see you, mate. He's gone 3-1 Leicester. So, as Bon Jovi once said, we are halfway there, and kind of at the moment, we are living on a prayer. So, whilst we put our hands together and pray, I'm not religious in that sense, but as football fans, we have our own religion. Let me show you what this show is in correspondence with.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts,
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Oh, Dave's got some interrupting, got some door in public or someone probably nagging, either way. And also, Dave, just to save in case anyone wants to get caught in the background, do you know what you lovely people can do? Apart from heading over to LTID V2 to check that out and go support that channel, you can, on this channel, do this. Yes, we currently have 33 people in. We've had up to and over 40. I think it was 45. I've seen it go as high as. I hope you've all hit the like button. It'd be great to come off this show and see lots and lots of views and lots of likes on this video. And again, it just helps the channel. It doesn't. I know it sounds silly. It doesn't sound like it do anything, but it really does. It puts it on the algorithm, and some Leicester fans that maybe haven't found this channel before can find us and join us, lovely lot, in the comment section. Speaking of which, we've got a few comments to catch up. Again, look, Scott says it. Please, everyone, just smash the like button. I know you get sick of hearing us say it, but we just love your support. Oops, just click the like button. Oh, Ronald, oops all over the place. Love it. And thanks, Ronald, just to keep informing people throughout. I'm doing my best. I hope you're not getting sick of hearing me with me shameless plugs, but there we are. But like I said, Dave, now we are on a double header because there's games on a Monday. Took her for a drink on Tuesday. I'm not going to sing 7 Days by Craig David. Okay. I'll get copyrighted and
certainly not.
And that. Judy, lovely to see you. Says great show. Thank you very much. I'm glad I'm doing a great job as well. Enjoy the chat. Good luck for the Easter break.
Good luck to you, mate.
Good luck to you too. Yeah, good luck to you, Drum. I hope we do better than you in terms of score wise or at least goals wise. And just make sure, Drum, you hit that like button on your way out.
Catch up towards the end, running. Be good.
Yeah, and of course, John and both Scott say thanks to Drum, who's been a decent Leeds fan, unlike the one that came in earlier. Now then, the fun part. I say fun part because we have to do a second week, and I know what some of you are thinking. Good and bed it, guys. 8 o'clock, I've got to set up. I've got to have me brew before bed and some biscuits. Don't keep me here. Absolute legends, Drum. You are a legend. I never doubted you for a second, so I knew you would do justice to it. He's hit the like button on his way out. Game week 40. Now, we could sit here and go through all these again like we just did the first week, but there's no point. We make these purely based off what we think the results are going to be and how it's going to affect them and try and do the best. You guys can try and keep along in the comments section below. we're going to rip the band-aid off, aren't we, Dave? I'm
I
obviously
think
going
I've
to
screwed up on the fixtures. Seem to have the different fixtures to what I wrote down that I sent you. But anyway, let's give it a go, see what happens.
Well, I kind of just assumed that you meant the teams they were playing against for the prediction. So if you want to edit them, let me know. We're going to obviously leave the Leicester Norwich game. It's another 12:30 kickoff till the end. But we're going to I'm literally going to read the fixtures off. I'm going to tell you what me and Karl predicted. You're going to tell me as, because there's no point talking about them. We don't know what we're going off before.
Don't know what we're talking about.
Exactly. What are we talking about? Sometimes we never know ourselves.
No idea.
Birmingham, Preston. I've gone for a Desmond. I've gone 2-2. Karl can see it being a 2-0 win to Birmingham. Dave?
Desmond. I've gone for a Desmond
as well. Coventry versus Cardiff. The playoff pushes in Coventry. I've gone 2-0 Coventry. Karl's gone for a 1-1 draw. You've gone big, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
4-1. I seem to
have
be fancying Coventry. That's a bit worrying.
Yeah,
don't tell any of me mates.
Ladies, yeah, I'm gonna say don't let the missus hear that. Some Coventry ladies might come on here and be after you.
Yeah.
Saying you fancy
4-1.
4-1. Dave's gone big in that game. Middlesbrough Sheffield Wednesday. Unfortunately, I haven't backed the house in this one. I have gone 2-0 to Middlesbrough. Karl has backed Wednesday. He's gone 2-1 Wednesday. And you?
Wow. I went 1-0 Borough.
You went 1-0 Borough. See, you see sense, Dave.
Scott.
I love it.
Right.
Oh, you know what? I wouldn't be against it, Scott. I really wouldn't. Plymouth Argyle against our opponents on the Friday night. They have Bristol City. I reckon this will be the ball on ITV4, and I believe it is my only ball draw. I've gone 0-0. James has got.
Oh dear. Plymouth 4, Bristol City 3.
You must have banged your head when you were writing that with your 7 goals.
Wow.
I mean,
Plymouth at home score goals for fun, unless I back them.
Well, Scott tried to outdo you, but he didn't go as bad, but he went 4-2. So you're not alone on the loony bin bus, but you never know. I could be saying that now and you could get 3 points for that result, knowing my
Scott, call a taxi, Scott, we're ready.
Yeah. The team rooted firmly to the bottom of the championship, Rotherham take on Millwall. I think my hate Millwall this because I gave Rotherham the win. I've gone 1-0. Ironically, Karl thinks this game will be the ball on ITV4. He's gone for a 0-0. And you...
He could be right. I've gone 2-1 Millwall.
You've gone 2-1 Millwall. Despite thinking he could be right, he's gone 2-1 Millwall.
I used to be able to make my mind up about these things, but...
Oh, no. I used to
be indecisive.
I'm not so sure now myself. You knew where I was going. Chris lives rent free in our heads, mate. There we go.
I know. Now, I'm surprised he's not on here slagging us off or something.
He's out having a birthday meal with his family. Leave the man alone.
That's not stopped him before.
Well, I know, but rumour has it apparently he's got a life these days. I know. Oh, Judge Scott. As someone who's not accustomed to Millwall, I'd be happily love to see that at full time because not only would I get a point, but it'd be funny to see them get battered so badly. And speaking of teams that I don't think too fondly of, a relegation battle, Stoke City versus Huddersfield. I've gone Stoke 1, which is a shock in its own because I gave them a goal, but I've gone Stoke 1, Huddersfield 2.
Oh, there's a strange woman in the building.
No, you do nothing. Pay no attention to the woman in the background. It's like the Wizard of Oz.
I didn't mean Coventry.
She gives a little wave. Hello. She's there. It's like the Wizard of Oz. It's like pay no attention to the man behind the curtains and the woman behind the show. Stoke Huddersfield. I've gone 2-1 Huddersfield. Karl's gone 2-0 to Huddersfield. And you, Dave?
I've gone for the ball draw on 4, 0-0.
The ball draw on ITV4, and Scott's copied your homework.
Come on.
This seems one of them games, isn't it? You look at them two teams playing each other, you think it's going to be a draw. That is how it seems to go.
That'd be a result for Huddersfield, wouldn't it, really?
It would be. I mean, it's for any point for them at this point. Any point at this point? Me is vital for them. Now then, two teams that, again, you could argue Blackburn have a little bit to do to secure their safety, but realistically, these two may have not much to play for at this point, especially if they're not picking up points a couple of days beforehand. Sunderland versus Blackburn. I've given Blackburn a squeaky 1-0 win. Karl's gone the opposite way and gone 2-1 to Sunderland. Dave?
Yeah, this is where I've missed it off.
No,
Have I put this one down? I haven't, have I?
What you did is you put
Sunderland
versus
QPR.
QPR. You gave me the wrong
Yeah.
team, so I assumed the results are the same. If you want to change it, you can.
No, it's the same result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and tell the
1-1.
people, Dave. Tell the people what it is.
1-1.
1-1.
God, I'm working here.
If we're not paying him, don't worry. He's like an uncle. He's doing it for free.
A glass of red, please. That would be lovely.
Oh, well, the stress has got to him in this prediction league. He needs a glass of red. I'm sure that's a burly red of Ribena pop and not a Vino, is it, Dave?
Never used to happen to Andy Gray, did it?
No, well, but other things did, and that's the worst thing about it.
Yeah, I know.
Scott's gone 3-0 to Sunderland. He doesn't see Blackburn doing well at all, and I can't blame him for that.
Wow, that's an interesting one, that. 3-0 Sunderland.
Yeah, now West Brom, who could really cement their spot in the playoffs if they have a good couple of games. They're taking on Watford. I see them doing it. I've got West Brom to win this 3-1. Karl has been even less generous to Watford. He's gone 3-0 West Brom. And you, Dave?
3-0 West Brom.
Ooh, you've copied Karl's homework. Check you out.
I have indeed.
Then, this could be a game which has massive game in the race for automatic promotion. This game could have 4 sets of fans tuning in my opinion. And I'm going to say this, blue tinted glasses off, the biggest game of the Easter weekend for me. I'm saying this in terms of what it could do potentially to this title race. Ipswich Town host Southampton at 5:30. It will be on telly. Everybody will have their eyes glued to it that's involved in the title fight. 2 teams battling it out. 2 teams hopefully still above them at that point will be watching with keen eyes. I have gone for a Desmond. Karl has gone for a Desmond. Where do you see this one going? Who's getting a vital psychological edge?
3-3.
You have gone 3-3 indeed. I thought you went 3-2, and I looked down at my notepad. You have indeed gone 3-3. Draws all around.
Yeah.
Draw in every quarter. Scott, Dave, go and check your wine supply because I think Scott's been at it. He's gone Ipswich 3, Southampton 5. He thinks there's. Are you talking about the rugby before it kicks off, Ipswich versus Southampton, or the football, Scott?
Wow,
that's a hell of a prediction.
Scored a few goals, both of them.
You never know, though, do you?
In this league, you never know, Brad.
Now then, now we had this when we were on for the title, didn't we, Dave? We had a few weeks where Tottenham and Arsenal will play first, and Leicester had their fixtures changed to play last. So the pressure was on Leicester, and it wasn't until Leicester finally overcame that pressure and actually increased the gap that Sky gave up and put us on first to try the pressure backwards. You could say the same fairly unfairly is happening to Leeds on this occasion because, yet again, if results go against them, Leicester and either Ipswich or Leeds Southampton get a win here, Leeds have all the pressure on them yet again. 8 p.m. they kick off. Leeds versus Hull. Karl, a Leeds fan, no surprise here. He's gone 3-1 to Leeds. I do back Leeds to win this one. I know Hull are fighting for a playoffs, and I don't think it will be easy. And it's probably why, even though I've given Leeds to win, it's not by much. I've gone 2-1. Dave, Scott's gone 2-2. John's gone 1-1. This technically applies to both these games I'm talking about. A draw, any draw will do as well, said Ronald. I think he was on about the Southampton game, but it could apply to this. Dave, are you saying that's a good result? What did you predict?
Yeah, 1-1.
He's gone 1-1, guy. He doesn't fail to disappoint, Dave. If it looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, it's probably a duck. And Dave knows the best to answer questions, get straight to the point, don't you, Dave? Scott, brilliant there. Thank you to the 20 of you that have liked the video. The other 9 of you, come on. I'm not going to do any more. I won't do the Leicester game until you do it. You done it? Have you clicked the links below and done all the good stuff to all the other channels? Like LTID TV2? Have you gone and followed us on all our social media platforms and subscribed to our podcast platforms? Have you? Don't lie to me. I'll tell Santa Claus. I'll tell the Easter Bunny. Won't bring
One of
any
them
chocolate.
could be me, couldn't it?
Shh! Don't tell
I
anybody.
don't know where the like button is.
Well, I blame you then, Dave. It's all Dave's fault. Everybody say boo, hiss to Dave in the comments. Please don't. Please don't. I was only joking.
Is it down here? No.
If you haven't already subscribed to this great channel, yeah, make sure you're doing that as well. Of course, if you're just tuning in, popping in, you may not have realised you've not hit the subscribe button. Go and correct it. Go on, I can wait. I can big this out for another 7 or 8 seconds for you. Go on, go on. It's James. I like the cut of this man's jib. All have good players on the side. Biggest game, and again, a bit like Leicester, the first 2 games of this one could be important to both teams. End of season, it could make or break it. If they were to get bad results, he's gone 3-1 Hull, and I would sacrifice points in the predictions league to see this one come true the most. I tell you that much.
That's not going to happen.
Right, Dave. I know I'm ready. Are you ready?
What we got?
Well, we've only got 1 game left, and just in case people haven't caught on to how this channel works, it is, of course, the biggest game on the Monday. It is another 12:30 kickoff, so you're going to have to get up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on a Friday and a Monday for this, Leicester fans. It is Leicester at home to the team currently in the playoffs. Whether they'll be there or not come this game is another thing, but it's another difficult game for Leicester. We take on Norwich City. Dave.
4-1.
Oh, Dave's gone straight in there. 4-1 Leicester. He ripped the band-aid off. He said it straight away. We've said it all show pretty much, Dave. These first 2 games, I mean, obviously any game afterwards is the same, but to get us on the momentum, we need to be getting 6 points out of 6, in my opinion. I don't think 4 points wouldn't be the worst case, but you just want to win your games, don't you? And just know that it's still in your hands.
Clearly take 1-0, but we've got to go for it now. We've got to go for it.
Funny enough, no shot, Karl. Despite you think someone who hated a team so much, right? Like Karl does, clearly being a Leeds fan, who earlier, may I remind everybody, and Karl, when he watches this back, no doubt, he predicted Norwich to lose to Plymouth 9-1. But when it comes to his title promotion rivals, he pulls no punches. He's gone for Leicester 1, Norwich 2. Some people just can't have it that way. I myself have gone for what I used to call a Leicester special. I've gone for Leicester City 2, Norwich City 1, which is exactly the same as what John's done. Scott is going for it, and I will do, well, I won't actually know. I won't. I was going to suggest I do something a bit heinous and a bit something you wouldn't like to see. But no, my luck, Scott will get this dead on. 6-1. I mean, I would be happier than anybody I've ever known in my life if that happened. He has gone 6-1. And Ronald, I'll take your serving of the prediction. I've got to stop with these terrible puns. I'm sorry, Ronald. Don't worry, you're still the best franchise out there for fast food restaurant chain, so it's all right. But he's gone 3-0 Leicester. Well, we got there in the end, guys. A little over an hour. I know we
Sorry, it's my fault, I'm sure.
No,
I always get the blame for overruns.
No, I don't blame you.
Oh, thank you.
But we don't blame you, Dave. No, not at all. At the end of the day, it's fun, it's banter, and considering it's a double header, as I try and reorganise, my OCD kicks in. I go and put my thing down and say I'm not going to move things while I'm on here.
It's getting tense, isn't it?
Last prediction here. He's agreed with me. He's gone Leicester 2, Norwich 1. Yeah, cheers, James. Thanks, James. Again, you know what to do on your way out, folks. Dave, thank you very much for saving the day. I had nobody. I was going to be here all by myself, but you came in to save the day because Chris is hopefully having a wonderful time.
Do you reckon he's asked for sticky toffee pudding for pudding?
Well, maybe.
We'll
We'll have to ask him on his show.
Yeah, he got a bit upset about that, didn't he?
Oh well, I don't.
Wasn't up to his usual standard.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Again, spot on, Scott. He says John about what he says there. Oh, see you soon. See you soon, Nate. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Happy mountaineering.
And there we are, guys. We have come to the end. The final curtain. Again, copyright strikes. Don't want that to happen. I should never sing. And this is why Dave doesn't want me doing anything on the radio channel. The radio! Dave, tell the people in partnerships and all sorts of things, all good things. You work on here, you do work. Chris works for you on there. Where can people find you? And where can they listen to you, more importantly?
Well, to the radio, Surrey Hills surreyhillsradio.co.uk. Chris will be on at 7 o'clock in the morning if he doesn't drink too much tonight. Actually, that strange woman in the background will be on with me tomorrow at 5 o'clock, surreyhillsradio.co.uk, and we'll be talking all stuff bollocks. So you're more than welcome to join us.
I'm glad you said all stuff bollocks and not just all things bollocks or anything like that. That could have got the misinterpretation of what your radio show's all about. There you go. Go and check out Surrey Hills Radio over on their website. Listen to Chris, who's on in the mornings, and join Dave. And some people call it his partner, his wife, but he calls it
me and Mrs. Smith.
There you go. You can check him out over there. And for those of you who know and love Chris, you can go and check us out there. And like I say, guys, thank you for joining us. You've been wonderful for getting involved in the comments. Even if you've just been lurking and watching, we all appreciate any kind of views that you give us in any form of platform. And as always,
we need to support each other at this tense moment.
Well, we'll wait and see. That's a future Leicester problem to worry about, James. But we'll wait and see what happens there. You know what they say in the cinema, Dave? When this is why I say it like I do. You know, in the cinema, they say you take all your popcorn and trash with you. What I like to say, as I like to interpret it, is please, on your way out, please leave don't forget to hit the like button on your way out of the studio, out of the YouTube channel. And make sure you're back here tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Chris will be doing a preview. I believe it's tomorrow, 7 p.m. for the Bristol City game. I believe he'll be joined by the wise Al Craig, who, by the way, took part on an LCFC quiz on a certain Leicester Till I Die TV 2 channel. Oh, no, only my 12th plug. It's fine. Chris won't go mad at me for constantly plugging it. In fact, he'll probably tell me to plug it more. Go and check them out if you haven't already, and do subscribe to that channel. But yes, he should be back here, I believe, with Craig tomorrow for 7 o'clock. And then obviously we'll be up bright-eyed, bushy-tailed Friday for the watch-along. Probably at 12 o'clock. A little bit late. Let us catch one asleep. You can catch me and Chris for that. But yes, as always, thank you much for joining. Please remember to hit the like button on and subscribe button on your way out. And until next time, as always, come on, you foxes. Goodbye.
Cheers, Bradley.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You'd better like them too, or I'll be back.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts,
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.